Did it say that my stream ended? I'm still live, right? Why did my stream just... What? Can you guys still hear me? It's telling me that my chat that my live ended. So confused at what is happening to my live right now. I'm confused at what. Can you guys hear me right now? I'm confused why it said that my live ended. Hey, Neil Driggers, can you let me know if you can hear me? Kind of confused at what's going on with my live right now. Yeah, it's like I set up these live streams for actual Black Friday, and somehow it ends the live streaming and then goes to the next scheduled one that's not supposed to be until Black Friday. So I have no idea why the stream got dropped. I'm connected, I'm wired in to the internet right now. Just have to hope that my stream doesn't keep dropping. Why is it dropping? It's not showing anything's going on here. I wonder why chat has been disabled for this. That's right. I'm going to pop out the chat and put it here. Thoughts on the ABS Stratos Ruby? That's one of the ones on my list because of how incredible that deal is right now. I haven't personally had my hands on the Stratos Ruby, but I have tested quite a few ABS PCs and they have been pretty good. Yeah, the ABS Stratos Ruby, the 5080 version, only at $2,300. That's incredible. It's the least expensive 5080 PC other than the ABS Eurus Ruby, which is sold out. This one's probably going to sell out right before Black Friday or right on the beginning of Black Friday. Saying excellent connection right now. Not sure why it cut my stream out to start another stream. That was weird. So I never got a chance to do this poll because the other stream ended. I'll be right back. ESJ Vars, good morning. What PC would you recommend? Budget is 6K max for gaming and video editing. So because you have 6,000 to spend, you're not really needing a PC that's on my best deals lists down here. The 9950 X3D is a CPU that is absolutely amazing at gaming, but also great for editing because it's a production CPU as well. But you said 6,000 max. That is a little bit above your budget. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily get the 9800 X3D if you want the best editing CPU. So you're gonna want another PC that also has a 9950 X3D. Alienware Era 51 has the Intel 285K. It's only at $4,000, so you don't need to go up to that $6,000 range. The performance for the price to performance on this one, when I reviewed it at when it was at $4,700, was one of the best price to performance ratios out of all the gaming PCs that I've reviewed. The Intel 285K CPU is excellent for productivity tasks and editing. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can get Corsair Vengeance PC with a 9950 X3D and a 5090 for under 6,000. It's the Corsair Vengeance A8200 with the 9950 X3D. If you go onto the live stream in the comments, I have that spreadsheet up there. But you can also scroll down a little bit further, and those PCs are here. All right, David just updated his Micro Center PC, so let's take a look at that real quick. All right, you guys are pretty close. 35. Nobody guessed 40, so nobody thinks I'm that old. That's good. All right, so it's now at $3,000. The GPU that was put in here, the 5050. Yeah, for a gaming PC, honestly, wouldn't go as low as a 5050. How much more would a 5060 be? Is there no 5060s on here? Let me see. $280 for a 5060. Yeah, for $30 or for $30 more you can get a 5060 GPU. What's the cheapest? 9060 XT, which is technically better than a 5060. Yeah, for $100 more, you can get a 9060 XT with 16 gigabytes of VRAM. I would honestly go up to that. Actually, it's less than $100 more. It's $80 more. I don't think you'll have a good experience with only a 5050 GPU for primarily gaming, unless you're gaming like very simple games. Neil Driggers, I don't know if you can click on that or not. My buddy sent that to me. It seems like a crazy deal. Yeah, I didn't get a link, so I'm gonna make you a standard moderator. Actually, can a standard moderator end it alive? Trying to figure out why my live ended. I've never had a live just cut out on me and say, your live has ended. I'm going to let you give you standard moderator privileges so that you can post that link. I want it for GTA 6. Honestly, I play PUBG a lot on Xbox, but I only want to spend one time only. Yeah, GTA 6 is going to require some pretty, it won't require 5090, but it's going to require some pretty hefty specs from what I hear. But it's also going to require pretty hefty specs because by the time it comes out, there's going to be this 6090 available, I bet. Put this in my URL checker real quick. You never know. $2,700 for a 9800 X3D and 5070 Ti. It's a good find. Let's see what some of these other specs are. 32 gigabytes of 6000 megahertz DDR5 RAM. So a 5070 Ti 9800 X3D that I have on here. Technically, my deal is better, and it's a much more appealing design, in my opinion. I reviewed this one. I didn't review the 9800 X3D version. I reviewed one with a little bit lower specs than this. Or no, wait. That is the one I reviewed. Let me show you what specs what the performance is for that one. So this is the 9800 X3D version with the 5070 Ti of the CyberPower Supreme. Pretty awesome FPS even in 4K. This is at ultra graphic presets. Cyberpunk, you're going to want to turn on DLSS to bring this up a little bit, because 41 in the 1% low, you're going to notice some occasional non-smooth gameplay. But that's at 4K, so on the most demanding game. But yeah, that one in my spreadsheet and also in the description down below, only $19.50, so that's a little bit better deal than what you found here at Walmart. I just love that three-sided glass panel design too. Almost like a fish tank that you can see the other side of. EJS bars, so I should wait, LOL. Yeah, I don't think they even said that. Oh wait. I'm just making sure that's muted so you guys don't hear an echo. I don't think that they even said GTA 6 is supposed to be available on PC for at least a year, right? It's $1,700 for me. Neil Driggers, how'd you get this? What discount or coupon codes did you put in that brought this PC down to $1,700? Okay, David Potter, only care about the 3 monitors and height 70 touch case. That is a great case. So yeah, if you don't mind that the 5050 is not really going to give you like the best gaming performance, and you're okay having kind of lower graphic settings and not very high FPS, then yeah, it's going to be a pretty nice looking setup for sure. It's definitely something that when your friends walk by, they'll be like, whoa, do you have $5,000 you just spent on that PC? Unless they see, unless they can kind of put 2 and 2 together and see how small the 5050 GPU is, and they know what that means, then they'll know. But for people that don't know that having a giant GPU in there usually means that that's a really expensive gaming PC, then it's going to look like a really expensive gaming PC. Wow, I wonder how it's showing up at $1,700 for you. Okay, I don't want this music. Can you guys hear that music, by the way? I don't really get any feedback on that in the first stream. EJS bars. I was really close on buying the Vengeance A7500 Air gaming PC with a 9950 X3D 5090. Is that one still available? I don't think that was available last time I checked. Oh, it is $5,400 for 9950 X3D. I always thought the Air cases were because it didn't have a liquid CPU cooler. You know, I think I'm going to add this to my list. Because a 9950 X3D with a 5090 is going to be great for productivity tasks and gaming. And it's priced better than the 9800 X3D. $100 better. But I mean, the 9950 X3D basically has pretty close to the same exact performance as the 9800 X3D as far as gaming is concerned, but it also has that step further into being really good for productivity. Air. And I'm going to update this link. There we go. And I'm going to add that to this list too. So it's $1,700 at Walmart, and then what he is looking at is a resale. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I don't think I've seen anywhere something with a 9800 X3D and a 5070 Ti for $1,700. Everything in that range is going to be closer to like a 9070 XT or a 7800 X3D CPU. Cool out AC, I got the $1,300 with 7800 X3D and 5070. I'm assuming you're talking about the Lenovo Legion Tower for $1,399. So I don't have a fancy chart for this one yet. We did just run benchmarks on this though, so I can show you what we got for that one. So I'm guessing with the 9800 X3D and a 5070 Ti, you're probably going to be at 4K or 1440p. So these are the numbers that we got for Forza, Minecraft, and all these other games. If you want to go ahead and look at this real quick. These are our average FPS without DLSS at the highest ultra graphic presets for all these games. And then this is what you can expect at 1440p. Tempted to get that, but I also don't need a gaming PC since my 1660 Super still works just fine. 60 FPS low settings for most things. Yeah, if you don't mind having low settings and not having the graphic settings at like beautiful graphic settings, then there are a lot of GPUs that'll get you close to that 60 FPS. One thing that you guys can do, because somebody mentioned buying this, getting it in store, you could always buy it online for pickup at like Best Buy if you're still kind of unsure what you want to buy, or if you want to buy before Black Friday. And you don't even technically need to submit a return. You're basically locking that deal by buying it and just not picking it up yet until after Black Friday. And then if you just decide not to pick it up, it'll return it for you, and you don't have to, there's no extra work you have to do, provided you have enough room on your credit card to float that expense. But that's a good way to hold a PC if you're still not quite sure what you want yet, because a lot of these really good deals will sell out. Because last year, I know halfway through my Black Friday stream, I had to like remove a good third of all my links because they weren't available anymore. Is that CyberPower PC with a 5070 Ti and Ryzen 7 9800X3D 1950 a good price? So you're talking about this one. Yes, that is one of my favorite deals right now. I reviewed this exact PC. Oh, it's sold out? No way. Well, it was a good deal. Oh man. Well, there you go. I'm glad I did this stream beforehand, because I'm pretty sure when I checked this earlier today, it was in stock. Womp womp. Okay, so here's my first sold out of the day. That's what I was saying. It's good to go ahead and buy these type of deals before Black Friday to see if things change, or see if another better deal comes out. And then if you just don't pick up the PC, then you'll get refunded. No, get the one with 9070 XT for literally $350 less. Oh, he's talking to Brady. Only one left at my store. This one's gonna sell out too. So it turns out I'm not the only one that really likes this design, because I've been seeing in my daily purchases, doesn't show me like anything about the person, but it tells me like how many purchases of different computers, and this model PC is getting a lot of purchases. So what do I have currently at 1550 on my list right now? 9800 X3D and 9070 XT, 7800 X3D and 9070 XT. That's still a good deal, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there because it actually is still available. 3050 in stock. Put the actual right link in there. Okay, here's that updated link. Sold out was like $350 overpriced. No, it wasn't $350 overpriced. It was $350 more than this one. No, it was $400 more than this one. But a 9800X3D is a lot better than that 7800X3D. Oh, and this isn't a 5070 Ti either. 9070X GPU is not as good as a 5070 Ti. Show you the comparison here. 9070 XT 56 or 56.9 versus 5070 Ti. That's at 4K. So 57. See what the percentage increase is there. Not a huge uptick, but it does make it worth more money. So it's 3% more at 4K. It's going to be probably less of a difference at 1440. But yeah, the 9800X3D versus the 7800X3D is a pretty big jump. I'll show you the CPU benchmarks comparisons. So 9800X3D versus a 7800X3D, 168 to 195. So 16% ain't nothing. That's not a tiny little boost in FPS when you're going from this version to that version. I mean, they're both great deals, but I would not call that $350 overpriced. It was a great deal, and that's why it sold out. Christopher Cottle, how's it going? I have that, but the 5070. Oh, you have the 5070 CyberPower PC. Cool AC. It also depends on what they're planning to game at. Definitely, if they're gaming at 1920 by 1080, you're going to see a massive boost in a PC with a 7800X3D versus a 9800X3D. There is less of an increase from a 9070 XT to a 5070 Ti when you're gaming at higher resolutions. But if you just want the maximum FPS possible, you're playing like Call of Duty games at like 1080p. That's the difference that you'll see for that. Actually, that's worth a poll to see what people primarily game at. p 1440p. Okay. Cool out AC. I swear all these YouTubers are paid shills. I don't know why I would recommend you to get a PC that is sold out. It's still a better deal. Cool out AC. 9800X3D versus a 7800X3D. There's a massive difference, and you can't deny that. It's not a waste of money. That's why everybody bought that PC. I'm not getting paid to say something that's sold out is a good deal. They're both good deals, but you can't deny that you can't say that this is overpriced compared to the competition. It's just not. So as far as a 7800X3D 9070XT PC, let me see if I have any FPS PC with those specs to show you what you can expect with regular normal games. So I do have an iBuyPower Slate 9 that had those exact specs, and these are the FPS that you can expect with that. People can read the user benchmarks themselves, you fool. I urge everyone to do so. What are you even talking about right now? I'm literally showing you the actual gaming FPS. Tom's Hardware isn't paid to show what they run. A bunch of different games. They're a very trusted source to show you the difference between a 9800X3D and 7800X3D. There's a massive difference between those two CPUs. How much is iBuy paying you to stop talking? You stop talking about the CPUs. Hey, buddy, cool out AC. The CPU has a massive effect on FPS at 1080p. I don't know what you're talking about or who you're trying to fool, but it has a massive effect on gaming FPS. Hello, Cool Dan. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, cool out AC. You actually need to chill out yourself because iBuyPower and CyberPower are not the people that pay the YouTubers. When it comes to affiliate links, the affiliate links come from retailers like Newegg and Amazon and Best Buy. We just ask that you use our links to help us with all of the different tests that we run on these computers, actually hands-on experience with them, opening them up, taking the different pieces out to show you if they're good parts, show the thermals on the PC, the actual thermals and actual FPS, not what they say online. Found the CyberPower PC with the 5080 instead, but it's priced at $2550. That's about in line with these other PCs at with 5080s. But if you go to Newegg, the ABS Stratus Ruby 9800X 3D with the 5080, that's the best deal that I've seen with the 5080. Is a 2550 a good deal for a 5080 PC? It's not the best deal, but it's also not. It's better than average. I'd say that much. Here, I'll let you send me a link to the exact one so we can look at the other specs that are in there other than the CPU and GPU. All right, so we've got 360 millimeter ARGB liquid cooler. It's good. Where's the RAM? $6,400 megahertz RAM. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a good deal. Such a beautiful case. I don't think Best Buy has the 5080 version. Nope. I don't think Newegg has that either. closest, or I have a computer that I ran tests on with a 9800 X3D and 5080. Let me show you the FPS that I got with that. Do I not have a fancy chart with that? I'll just show you my number in the actual spreadsheet. Did one, Corsair Vengeance. Oh, but you can't actually see the games on that. Well, I'll show you how it compares to all the other PCs because I have the averages of that compared to everything else. So this is how a 9800 X3D 5080 PC compares with all of the other ones that I've been talking about today. Just got an Alienware Aurora R16 with a 5080 Intel Ultra 285, 64 gigabytes, 6400 megahertz RAM. But I got over $200 in rewards, so I picked up their keyboard and mouse as well. Nice. Yeah, that's one thing, nice thing about buying those Alienware PCs is the rewards usually let you have enough credit to get a few nice peripherals. Christopher Cottle, ever since I ran across the channel, I've been listening to your advice. You definitely know your stuff, brother. I started the Bible also. Thank you for that. It truly helps. Awesome, man. I appreciate that. That is definitely the most important thing is my faith. Nothing matters more than how you treat others and your relationship with God. All this other stuff is just noise and fun and things that aren't bad but need to be done in moderation for sure. I felt like it was kind of my responsibility talking about all these gaming PCs to make sure that people aren't buying a gaming PC if they think they're going to become obsessed. It's a nice thing to kind of wind down and de-stress at the end of the day, get some of that competitive aggression out, but when it comes to what you do with most of your day, I would not get a gaming PC if you think you're going to spend most of your day gaming, or if it's going to make you obsessed with it. It's also not good for your mental health too. Just gaming too much doing anything too much is not good for your mental health. Oh, I didn't finish that poll that I was going to start. Wow, so most people plan to game at 4K. That's good to know. So most everybody is really gonna want a 5080 or 5090. I know YouTube was opening up something to where live videos could put an ad next to you instead of like cover up the screen, but I'm not sure when they were going to implement that. I'm watching the stream live on a computer just to make sure that I'm seeing what you guys are seeing, and at least for me, my ads are normal. It's showing full screen ads. Yeah, the Element case, that's actually one. I think my benchmarking guy is, and yep, he's almost done benchmarking that one. He's got two more games, Minecraft and Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and then he'll be done benchmarking that one. That's going to be 2 reviews from now. I currently have 3 PCs that are in the process of being reviewed. That's Lenovo. This Lenovo Legion Tower 5, and the iBuyPower Element, and then I have one coming in today from Apex Gaming. It's a 5090 PC. JDs, I usually build, but I will say I love that you get some RGB with the Alienware. It's not too much. I'm older, so I don't want too much of that. I will say it's built well with a monster GPU sag bracket. Yeah, it definitely is built well. If you don't like RGB and you want something that looks kind of older and more professional, one that I just did a review on is this HP Omen 35L Stealth. This one almost looks like a large Xbox. It's something that like actually doesn't feel like a gaming PC, which is good for some people. I mean, when you put it somewhere else in your house, like a living room, it's not going to look like this weird flashing ball of lights to people that come and visit. Tailsmith 3 Gaming Skytech Legacy 4 with a 9950 X3D and 5090 is my goal to have. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I haven't been able to find that version of the PC anymore. I know the one on Newegg was sold out. Yeah, it's out of stock. Skytech Legacy 4 9950 X3D. Yeah, out of stock at Skytech too. Amazon though, let's see. I always feel weird buying a gaming PC from Amazon though. I don't know why. $4,900, that's not really a deal. It used to be $4,700 when I reviewed it. That's one thing that I notice with these deals is that as things start getting sold out, they start to increase prices again. They start gouging the prices because they know that someone's going to buy it and they don't have that many of that PC anymore. I think it went, oh, it went back up. Yesterday, it was at $2,000. Yeah, it did go back up. Yeah, I checked that. Oh, but I didn't update the price when I checked it. That is weird, these prices keep like going back and forth. It's a nice case. I do love the design of my Series X. They're solid machines. That CyberPower for 1550, 9800 X3D, and 9070 or the iBuyPower. The only deals I've seen. Hey, Kula AC, can you I'm gonna add you as a moderator. I want you to show me the link that you're talking about for the 9800 X3D, 9070 XT, because the only deal I'm seeing is the one with the 7800 X3D. That's what I was talking about higher above, is that I'm not finding a PC. This has this one that I think you're referring to has a 7800 X3D. That's why I kept bringing up the CPU performance charts up above, because we're not comparing apples to apples when we're with the 7800X3D and 9070XT. Okay, that makes sense. Appreciate the apology. I feel like most of my disagreements with people are either myself or their misunderstandings. I feel like 80% of the disagreements that I have with people are due to one of us misunderstanding the other. Yeah, I think I do have a 7800X3D and 9070XT chart on here for anybody looking for PC in that range with that combination. So that for reference, this is the 9800X3D 5070 Ti. That's the one that just got sold out. But there are other PCs with this combination if you want to kind of get a close ballpark of what to expect. This is with ultra graphic presets without DLSS. I never do DLSS in my tests, just because I think it's an unfair software advantage that keeps changing. And there's a 7800X3D 9070XT combo. Which one did you get again? Cool Out AC. You got the Cyber Power with the. You got this one. Yeah, there's no way this one is gonna stay. This is either gonna go back up in price by Black Friday, like I saw happen last year, or it's gonna sell out. And with there only being one left in Dallas at my store, this is a pretty big one. Yeah, this one's gonna sell out by Black Friday for sure. Really wish I did a pre-Black Friday stream last year, because I felt like really disheartened people jumping on the stream and then realizing that so many of the deals that I had just put on my list the day before were no longer even available. But yeah, I love that we can get PCs for $1,550 now with this kind of performance. 4K gaming FPS, and even with Cyberpunk without DLSS on, we're getting that smooth 60 FPS. I mean, you get occasional drops to 47 when you turn on DLSS, which I can't tell the difference between DLSS and not DLSS when it comes to the actual look of the game. But the smoothness, the frame rate jumping up quite a bit, turning that on. It looks pretty good. Yeah, 750 watts is enough for a 7800X 3D GPU. Oh yeah, that is a really good deal. 1300 for 7800X 3D and 5070. I don't think there's any deals that low now. What's the lowest priced iBuyPower? Ultra 7 5060. Wow. What you got with the 7800X 3D and 5070, they're selling 5060s with an Intel PC for more than that now. That's crazy. I don't think Newegg has a better iBuyPower deal than that either. Yeah, there's really nothing around the $1,400 range with the 5070. Cool out AC. You might have mentioned this already, but where'd you say you got the iBuyPower from? Whoa. 200 people plus had it in your cart when you bought it? That's crazy. I didn't know that you could see how many people had it in their cart. Is that on Walmart? I want to know how they can afford to sell some of those PCs at those prices, or if they're just trying to get rid of inventory. So I can't imagine you're really profiting that much selling a PC, your PC at Walmart, because Walmart gets a cut, for $1,400 with those specs. I mean, $1,300 with those specs. That's crazy. Nostalgia 4923, $1,000 build. The one that I keep talking about is the Skytech Shadow. This is one that I've actually had my hands on and did very thorough benchmarking on. Let me pull up those FPS. These are the FPS that I got at every resolution, depending on what you plan to game at. I wouldn't get it if you're planning on doing 4K gaming unless you plan to like bring your graphic settings low and you just want the resolution for, I guess, sniping and having a sharper image. But yeah, you can see Helldivers and Cyberpunk, it's not nearly what you would need. Actually, even Modern Warfare 2, the 1% low, you can see how low it drops at 4K. But 1080p and 1440p, I think it's a pretty decent bet. Still at Walmart? How did I not see this one yet? Wow. Okay. Well, this is going on my list. How do they afford to sell it for that price? I don't get that. They just have too many of this configuration. $1,300. Oops. Element Pro. go ahead and put this in my actual YouTube links down below too. Oops. Oh, it's telling me I have too many links now. What can I remove from here? Remove a monitor. That's not going to last until Black Friday. Cool out AC. What were the what was the brand GPU that you got with that CyberPower PC? That's kind of what most pre-builts do, is they kind of give you what's available at the time. But I mean, even the lowest quality 5070 GPU, that's a great deal. Michael Walker, what would you recommend for a PC that can handle 4K gaming? I play games like Arc Raiders and Battlefield. I would like to keep it under 3000. I have an Alienware AW3225QF monitor. Nice. Keep it under 3000. 4K, so you're going to want that to be GPU heavy. Yeah, that CLX set, you can actually get even the 9800X3 with the 5080. You won't be able to find anything with the 5090, which is obviously the best for 4K, for under 3000. But yeah, this CLX set, I've reviewed this exact PC. So let me show you the actual numbers that I got. The actual FPS at 4K. So it won't make too much sense for you unless you can see the games next to it. So I'm just going to copy and paste the games next to the actual FPS. So these are the FPS that you can expect at 4K with that CLX set, the 9800X3D with the 5080. So Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is probably the closest to Battlefield. We got 106 average FPS. This is with ultra graphic presets without DLSS on though. So if you want to increase this number, you can easily do that by not having the best graphic settings. I've tested not testing, or I've asked the audience if they wanted me to start doing benchmarks at lower graphic settings, but I always get the vote for ultra graphic presets for me to run my benchmarks at, so that's what I run them at. I think I can go ahead and pin that too, so you can actually see it on the YouTube video. Oh, did it go back up in price? I'm not seeing the 5080 version anymore. Oh no, it's there. There it is. Went ahead and pinned that one. Maybe there's a way to turn the power button into a hard drive LED. Probably not with their supplied cable and its proprietary case. Oh, the Azure 3 is sold out now too? Ugh. That hurts. Thanks for the heads up. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that in here too. Contacted iBuyPower, told them that as a gamer I need to be able to know if my game has crashed or not by looking at the hard drive light. I think I was talking to some teenager who thought I was a nut. Yeah, that is surprising that they didn't, the actual motherboard doesn't show the hard drive light. Michael Walker, I appreciate it. I'll check that video out. Love the end of your videos, by the way. To God be the glory. Amen. Yeah, I just started recently doing that this year because I felt like I just need to be more open about my relationship with God and not make YouTube only about gaming. Gaming is a very small part of my life. What matters the most is my relationship with God. Rodri X3D, a lot of good deals at 1090 if you could stretch 100. Cool out AC. Which games do you normally play that cap you out at 12 gigabytes? Because usually I've seen most of my games, even at 4K, are under 12 gigabytes of VRAM used. A couple of them get kind of close, but I'm just curious which game you play that you run out. I think most people that are budget conscious, though, I think they should be expecting not to have their graphics set to high settings when you start using those GPUs with 8 gigabytes of VRAM. But yeah, that is more of a priority if you're focused on the graphics. Alright, we got about 20 more minutes left of this stream. And then I'll be collecting all of my information from this stream and redoing all of my price to performance charts and really setting up an extra informative stream for Black Friday. Luckily, it seems like only 2 things have sold out today. Skytech Azure 3 and the CyberPower PC 9800X3 with 5070 Ti. Nope. As far as I know, everything else is still... I'll have to go back in each one of these links to verify. I think everything else is still in stock, which is good. I won't be working on Thanksgiving, though, so I'm not sure what might be happening that day. This is a deal that I am kind of blown away by. I'm going to keep checking this one because I feel like... Does it show how many they have? Well, AC. It's their case that doesn't show the motherboard. I would assume have the option. That's an off-the-shelf motherboard, which I like. Yeah, I think one advantage that iBuyPower has is that they own height. So owning a gaming PC case brand, I think, helps them out on shaving off costs when they're making a pre-built. Oh, no wonder I'm here, brother. I think the Holy Spirit brought me here. You can see my latest videos on my page are examples of prayers that I do. Felt in these times I should explain my faith. Awesome, man. Yeah, I really feel like there's nothing in life that compares with, like, feeling a connection with the Creator. Feeling like you have a relationship with God. And speaking to him daily. So I feel like, I mean, I know we were all created for him, but he was also, I think, we are created to love God, but also created to be loved by God. And I think that's all that matters is learning how to love your Creator and learning how to love your neighbor as yourself. Oh, yeah. Oh, it gives you a warning. Interesting. Oh, my camera just died on me. It's weird because my camera uses like a little bit of battery while it's plugged in, it's like I need to replace the battery. Let's see if I can get this to work again. Camera. Activate. There we go. I feel like when my camera is connected to the computer via USB, it shouldn't use that much battery power. It still runs out. We have been on the stream for almost 4 hours though, so that makes a little bit of sense. I have it on auto. It puts me mostly at ultra and high. Does that mean that your graphics actually change from ultra to high in gameplay, or it kind of sets that in the beginning? Do you run your game with DLSS coolout? Oh wait, that's old coffee. I need to not put my old coffee next to my new coffee. That was from yesterday. I wish they did tell you how many they had left. I guess they don't want you to know if they have a lot. Where does it show you how many people bought it? Yeah, iBuyPower has been including the exact same keyboard and mouse combo for like years now. I feel like they should upgrade that with this next gen of PCs. Well, I'm glad this stream didn't cut out on me like that first stream. I have no idea why that first one cut out, but I lost like half of my viewers from that. Ooh, I just got a notification my Apex gaming PC is coming in. Should be here in the next couple hours. That is one brand that I have not yet tested yet. So I actually might not have enough time to benchmark that one before. Actually, no, because the live stream is not tomorrow. The live stream is on Black Friday. So if the benchmarks are tonight, then I can have my guy put that in the charts, and then I should have those stats for you guys on Black Friday. Another deal that I think is going to go out of stock that I've been seeing a lot of people purchase is the Skytech Shadow. Although it's not like a super inexpensive deal. But I feel like this is one of those ones that's not going to stay up for that much longer. I've seen a lot of purchases of this one. A lot of purchases of the CyberPower PCs and the iBuyPowers. Not as much of the Corsair Vengeance this year. Not that I think people aren't liking them as much. I think people are just more budget conscious now. It's like if they see they can get the same performance for less money, they're going to go for it, even though they know that the quality of the components chosen are usually better with Corsair, and that you get a 2-year warranty with Corsair PCs. But people aren't making the money they used to. And on top of that, everything's getting way more expensive than it used to. Yeah, I've actually got I've got 2 more PCs in the guest room where all my benchmarks get run, and then I've got another one coming in, so I should have 3 more PCs behind me on Black Friday. Oh, I just realized I didn't turn on the Lenovo Legion Tower. So this is the Lenovo Legion Tower 5. This is the Asus ROG. This is the Corsair Vengeance A7500. The Omen Stealth. Then back there is the AVG PC Max. And then that is an MXZ gaming PC. I forgot to turn on the ABS. That's another one, the ABS Cyclone. So actually, now that I think of it, after I put the iBuyPower element in there, I think I'll put the iBuyPower element there, and then maybe I'll replace this. Maybe I'll put a PC on this box. I know it won't be stable. Let's see. Is that dangerous? Yeah, it's kind of dangerous, but I'll just make sure nobody comes in here and shakes it. Maybe I'll put a PC there for the Black Friday stream. So I'll have another Asus PC I might put there. iBuyPower I might put on the shelf next to that one. And then the Apex gaming PC. Maybe I'll stack 2 PCs right here behind me. Oh, you know what I should do? I should do it to where you can see both me and the computer. Doing something like that. So now we got everything in there. Oh, now I can put the chat on the other side where you don't see it. Oh, that's a good idea. There we go. Michael Walker popped in during lunch. Got to get back to work. Have a good stream. Appreciate the help. No problem. Glad you could stop by. Alright, guys, we got about 5 minutes, and then that'll wrap it up for this little soft launch pre-stream. Hopefully, on the actual Black Friday stream, we don't have any issues where it just cuts off the stream like last time, or like today. I do look a little bit more awake than I did when I first jumped on the stream, so that's good. Lewis X Emmett, I'm looking for a recommendation on a budget gaming PC for my 10-year-old, price range around 500 to 700-ish, something that he could potentially upgrade down the road. He plays games like Fortnite. 700-ish. So I'll pin one down below. Actually, I'll scroll to yeah, so the CyberPower PC is the least expensive one that uses that case that I really like. Let me open up the benchmarks real quick, because I have done a gaming PC review with those exact specs. See if I can find it. Yeah, I don't know where I put those specs. I'll have to load that up. Anyways, technically, I would recommend you go for at least this iBuyPower Element SE with a 5060 GPU. I know that's at $80 above your limit. But yeah, that's what I would get. How do I reply specifically to one? I do have a gaming PC with these exact specs that I've reviewed. Let me pull up those FPS. Oh, almost the exact same specs. The ABS Cyclone Aqua. It's going to be a little bit slower than this, but this is with ultra graphic presets. So you can see that Fortnite, we got 175 average FPS with ultra graphic presets. I'm assuming if you're getting a $700 gaming PC, you're not expecting to go up to 1440p and 4K gaming. So the i5 though is going to give you a little bit less performance than that. But yeah, that gaming PC that I just gave you a link to, that one's going to be pretty decent for Fortnite at 1080p. It's a nice starter gaming PC. $2,000 to $3,000 gaming PC for me to play Valorant. Luckily, Valorant is one of those very high FPS PCs already. So in the $3,000 range, you can really get some good specs. Like the Celex set is around $3,000, and you're getting a 9800 X3D. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste that and send it to you. But yeah, even an ABS Stratos Ruby. I have this spreadsheet on in the description down below if you want to check it out. But guys, that is it for today. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream, but I will be back all day, Thanksgiving midnight to around like 4 a.m. And then I'm going to go to bed and then wake up and then do the entire day on Black Friday.